Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Man Odestra back here for your Ascendant Challenge solo run for the week. So first of all, I'm going to show you kind of where it is going to be located. We are going to be heading over to the temple over there. The curse is strong this week, so you can see that there's taken stuff everywhere all over. I'm actually going to start here at Petra because that's an easy way for you to figure out where you need to go. I'll fast forward through this next section, but you should be able to easily see where I'm going on my Sparrow as we move through to the location where the Ascendant Challenge is. So I'll see you back once we are there. Alright, so we're going to head over to this spire with all the taken stuff on it. We're going to kill all the enemies, and then we're going to move over here, go to the top of this spire, and that is where the Ascendant Challenge is going to be. First things first, I'm going to show you where a taken egg is. It's not actually in the Ascendant Challenge, but it's right there on the edge. That platform over there where the taken egg is also a good platform if you don't want to use the technique that I use. I am actually going to have my hunter use high jump as well as stompies. It makes it very easy to ascend that platform. I'm also going to use some long range and short range weapons depending on kind of what I'm going for. Again, I'm going to put on high jump for this as well as my stompies. You can see with the hunter, it's very easy to get to the top of that spot. You can kind of correct yourself. It almost takes you by surprise if you're not used to using high jump. But you're going to hop up in there, make sure you pop your Tincture of Queen's Foil, of course, and you'll see that we're over here in this area. This is the spawning spot. Here, what you're going to do is just going to basically follow over to that central platform. Very easy to do. You can basically take your time and get set up. Again, I would recommend checking back and turning on the jump that you're comfortable with at this point, as well as turning on Orpheus rigs if you are a hunter. Make your way over there to the center. As soon as you're done with that, I like to clear out the enemies by tethering all of them because I'll instantly get my tether back with Orpheus rigs, mostly because you actually do tag and get some energy from those knights, even though they are immune. I would make sure that you have shotgun ammo in this spot, or if you want to use a different weapon, that's fine. I just like to have that shotgun ammo there. You can use literally any weapon you want. I'm using the Nation of Beasts hand cannon that I picked up with the Fatebringer roll just because I like to use it. Ace of Spades would be fine here. Pretty much anything that can kill enemies really quickly, as well as a couple of wizards. What I do then first is I clear out all the knights, and then the first thing I'm actually going to do is as soon as all the knights and all the different enemies are all taken care of, what I'm going to do is kind of orient myself to where everything is. I'm going to find a central staircase. You can see that there is a staircase that kind of leads off to nowhere and off to the left. It kind of goes off to the left area, but it doesn't connect anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the gazebo area, and what I'm going to do is turn to my right. If you look down below very, very, very carefully, you can actually see some of the Ahamkara Bones. We're going to pick those up first because you can actually do that part before you take out the knights, and you can actually get back all the way up. And if you mess up, it's no big deal because you haven't started the encounter. There won't be any glitches like where you can't get back up. I'm going to put my stompies back on just because this is a little bit of a tricky jump. Basically, what you're going to want to do is kind of orient yourself to where the Ahamkara Bones are. It connects right where the staircase is. You'll actually see me run into the staircase on the right hand side here, but you can actually see it's right down there. There's a little pillar, but it's a spike. What you're going to do is you're going to jump down there on the right hand side, and there's actually going to be a pillar that spawns in. Make sure you land on that pillar, correct yourself, and you can see that that pillar is good to go. Nab the Ahamkara Bones, and you're good there. And what you're actually going to do is you're going to follow all the way around those areas where you can actually see the Ascendance is giving you those platforms. And I'm going to fast forward through this section. You basically just follow around. You can also see where Toland is in case if you want to pick him up. You basically just keep going around in a giant spiral staircase fashion. I'm going to hop over, talk to Toland for a second, and make my way all the way back up to the top so I can take care of the knights. Again, it's very easy. You'll see the platforms. Once you get over to the top, go ahead and get set up for the run. Make sure everything is reloaded. I'm using rockets here, but honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you have something to kill the knights with. And the knights can only die from sword damage, so you really want to prioritize doing that. What I actually like to do is then tether all the adds when they come to the middle. I kind of round them up a little bit, and then I'm able to knock them out a lot easier, as well as take out the first knight. What's going to happen is one knight is going to kind of peel off from the three, and then the other two are going to chase you. I'm going to really quickly take care of one knight, get my life back, and then move over in a different direction. And again, you can do this in a lot of different ways. Some people like to tether. I've actually had it happen once where I actually tethered all the enemies, was able to kill the knight fast enough, and then the tether damage for the sword actually transferred to the other 2 knights. It was pretty awesome. But basically, all the enemies are going to disappear as soon as the 3 knights die. The one thing I'm looking out for, especially is if I'm trying to get my life back, I want to watch out for those knights that are going to try and push you off the edge with their shields. The taken phalanxes are going to be kind of an issue. Again, just run around in a circle. There's no blights that can do damage. Here, I just decided to YOLO it and go for it. Again, once those enemies die, I get out of there. That was probably a little chancy, but I went for it because I wanted to. Now, time for the eggs. If you look over to that side, you will see the rift where you're going to exit. If you turn to your right, there is going to be a gazebo. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to this spot, look a little bit to the left. You'll see a tiny little beam of light. It's not going to be over on that side. You can see some of the spots there, but you're going to see a very, very tiny shadow or like aura, and that is actually what you need to get. Now, there is a way for you to get over there and climb a bunch of the ascendant platforms that will show up, but honestly, the easiest way I've found to do it is just climb up on top of the roof. Again, you're going to need to put on your stompies. If you're a hunter, if you're a titan, you want to make sure that you have either something that will help your mobility or your lift. What I do is I hop onto this ledge right here, get a good running start, jump, and you should be able to mantle over to that side. Now, this one is a little tricky to hit. You're literally hitting it off in the distance. Again, if you really do want to follow the edges and go all the way around, you can do that. I know that there's some people who have some videos on that, but I find that this is the easiest way to get it done. It's very easy to take care of it there. So I would recommend doing it like that for that first taken egg. The other taken egg is a little trickier. So for this taken egg, the second taken egg, I would make sure that you have the sword with you. What you're going to do is you're going to head over towards the area where you need to exit the Ascendant Challenge. Now, if you look over slightly to your left, there's going to be a gazebo. Before we even start, I would recommend taking out a sniper or a scout rifle and knocking out all the enemies that are over here on this side. Otherwise, this is going to be really annoying for you have to try and jump and do all these other things, as well as take out all those enemies. So I'm going to just clear the road. There's going to be 3 or 4 enemies on your right, and then 3 on your left. And if you can take them out, then you don't have to worry about snipers. You should be able to hit them all from the central platform anyway. Most of the time they move up. There might be 1 or 2 little stragglers that you can hit, but honestly, the way we go is going to be pretty easy. So with that, all the enemies are toasted. I've got my sword over here, and again, I would make sure that you have your sword. Not only are we going to exit the Ascendant Challenge, but we're also going to get the final taken egg. So what you want to do is, as soon as those enemies are killed, you will see, again, the area where we're going to exit. We're going to make sure that we don't die to any of those rocks coming. You're going to jump onto this first platform, and you're going to want to jump very quickly to the next one. This is a place where you can catch your breath. However, there is a big hole in the middle, so don't die over there. There is a gazebo over to the left-hand side that we're going to jump onto. If you turn slightly to the left there, you will see a little mountainous outcropping there that you need to jump to. Again, wait for the rock debris to clear out of the way, and as soon as you do that, it kind of feels like a YOLO jump, but you will make it as long as you've got that hive sword. Make sure you get some good height and get some good swings. Head slightly to the left of the platform, and there is an area where you can land. And then you're on top of that platform and that mountain area. Basically, you're just going to make your way to the top. Right around the corner on the edge from the top, you'll actually see I'm exploring a little bit. And if you ever feel like you're in a bad situation, just do what I did there. Just take a sword and go ahead and make sure that you stay close to the rock. You can basically just climb your way all the way up to the top, and the final taken egg is going to be basically just hiding in a little spot around to the left side. I basically explored a little bit. Again, if you just take your time and make your way to the top, it's just right there. Switch to your Wish Ender, say hi to Lone Star, and then go ahead and get your Wish Ender out, knock out that egg, pick up your sword. Those are the 2 taken eggs, as well as the Ahamkara. Now all you need to do is get your chest and get out of there. So what I found works really well now that we're over here on this outcropping of rock. Again, make your way to the top. Again, take your time. I'm kind of just flailing through this a little bit. You honestly could take a little bit more time to be a little bit more strategic. But what I like about this is that I can see everything and everywhere where I need to go. Luckily, I've killed all the enemies, so I don't have to deal with them. but I can also see all the rocks that could come at me, so I can kind of plan my route. There is a gazebo over to the left-hand side that I'm actually going to head to the roof of. With the height that I've got on this mountain, I can basically just climb over there and not really worry about any of the rocks. All of the rocks are in a different area in like a different plane. So what I'm going to do is as soon as those rocks pass, because I am going to just be safe, I'm just going to basically take the hive sword, make my way over to the gazebo, and make my way to the top. I'll wait for this rock outcropping, but what's really cool is if you're up on top of this area, most of the rocks, except the ones that come from the top and go down, will stay out of your way. You'll actually see that they actually, right in this spot, they're underneath me, so I don't have any issues at all. I don't have to worry about jumping to different platforms. You can definitely do that if you want. You can jump on the different platforms if you want to take it safe. But honestly, this was the fastest way to do it, the simplest way I found to do it. Collect your loot. And the cool part about this particular challenge is the fact that you get to hold on to the sword as you leave. So if you want to go bomb around with a hive sword over in the Dreaming City, you can go ahead and do that, which is really cool. So that is the Ascendant challenge for this week. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hope that you found it very simple to do. It was a lot of fun to do as well. So if you did like something in this video, a positive rating would be greatly appreciated. Hit that subscribe button for more Destiny 2 content. And guys, I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.